Once again, CBSE class 12th. The same lesson, that is we are starting in the previous class, that is the human reproduction. In the next part of this lesson, we are going to study about the testis. As you know now, testis is the male reproductive organ or primary reproductive organ present in the male body. What is testis? It is the primary reproductive organ present in the male body. You have to remember it. We are going to study the front structure of testis, which explain you how the testis is placed outside the male body. Testis is placed in scrotum. Scrotum is a pouch present outside the abdominal cavity in male. What happened at the time of the fetus development in the mother womb? Actually, this scrotum and testis is formed inside the abdominal cavity. But in development range, it slipped down outside from the abdominal cavity and fixed outside the abdominal cavity. One canal is there which connect the abdominal cavity and the scrotum, and that canal is called inguinal canal. Inguinal canal. Okay, first part here is the inguinal canal. What is inguinal canal? It is actually a connection between the abdomen and the scrotum. It is a connection between abdomen and scrotum. Scrotum, this is called scrotum. What is a scrotum? What is a scrotum? It is a pouch. It is a pouch or some pocket or pouch or bag like a structure present outside the abdominal cavity, in which testis is present. As I told you, testis is a paired structure. So two testes are there. Then scrotum sac is divided by a thin septum. This thin septa is present here. This septa is called scrotum septum. Scrotum septum. So what is scrotum septum? It is a thin lining. It is a thin lining which separates two testes. Two testes are there which is present somehow here. It is a very much delicate organ. Delicate. So it is need to protect by the body. It is protected by from outside. Two thick layers are present. Outside the testis, two layers are present. One, and then this is one more layer. This is only for the protection. It is thick layer present just outside the testis. The first layer is called tunica albuginea. The first layer is called tunica albuginea. One more layer is present here. Over this tunica albuginea, and this is called tunica vaginalis. Tunica vaginalis. So there are two layers are present. And what is the role of this two layer? This two layer protect the testis. This is a thick layer from outside the testis and it protects the testis. So next is the tunica albuginea. What is tunica albuginea? Thick layer. It is thick layer present outside the testis to protect it. Just after this tunica albuginea, tunica vaginalis is present. It protects the tunica albuginea. Present outside the tunica albuginea. And same function is there. It is this both layer to help protect the testis. Where the testis is, this is called the testis. Okay, testis is the male sex organ, primary sex organ, and it is responsible for the formation of sperm as well as the male sex hormone. Testis need a wide range of protection. Firstly, it is protected by two layers of the tunica. Then also it is protected with the help of some fluid, and that fluid is called vaginal coelom. Some liquid is present here, and this liquid is called vaginal coelom. Okay, next is the vaginal coelom. What is vaginal coelom? It is actually hydrocele. It is fluid. It is hydrocele. Again, to protect the testis. It prevents the squeezing in the testis. Actually, it prevents the squeezing in the testis. The testis is placed in the scrotum, but it needs a fixed position inside the scrotum. So that fixed position inside the scrotum is provided by gubernaculum. Some layers of muscles are present here, and this is called gubernaculum. It actually fixes the testis inside the scrotum. It fixes the testis inside the scrotum. Because of this, testis is unable to move here and there. So this gubernaculum fixes the testis inside the scrotum. So next is gubernaculum. Thin muscle fibers which fix the testis in scrotum. Now what next? One more important thing. The scrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity. Why it is placed outside the abdominal cavity? Because the temperature needed for the spermatogenesis is nearly 2 degrees Celsius less than the body temperature. So how the temperature maintained in the scrotum? The temperature is maintained in the scrotum with the help of some muscle, some skeletal muscle, and that is called the Dartos muscle. Dartos muscles. So what is the role of Dartos muscle? These are thin skeletal muscles which maintain the temperature of scrotum. Temperature of scrotum. The scrotum is placed, or testis is placed outside the body, outside the abdominal cavity. So this type of testis is called extra-abdominal testis. It is called extra-abdominal cavity. To study the anatomy of the testis, we must have to know the details of the place and location. Then we are able to understand the function of the testis. So what is testis? It is the primary male sex organ which is placed in the scrotum, and the scrotum is placed outside the abdominal cavity. As I told you, at the time of the fetus development inside the mother womb, actually this scrotum and testis is formed inside the body, but in the range of the development it slipped down outside the abdominal cavity and fixed outside the abdominal cavity with the help of inguinal canal. Inguinal canal is the connection of the scrotum with the abdominal cavity. The testis is placed inside the scrotum. Scrotum is a pouch or bag-like structure. The size of both the testis is little bit different. It prevents the squeezing in the testis. Testis is protected by two thick layers are present outside the testis, that is called tunica albuginea and tunica vaginalis. Then some liquid is also present here, that is called the vaginal coelom. Testis is fixed in the scrotum, and that fixing is provided by gubernaculum. The temperature of testis is too much important. That temperature of the testis is maintained by thin skeletal fiber, skeletal muscles, and that is called the Dartos muscle. So this is the front structure of the testis. In the next class, we must study what is the function and what is the internal structure of the testis.